This is a early morning before you get out of bed stretch circuit. It only takes a few minutes. And then after the stretch circuit, I will show you a workout circuit that you can also do in bed or on the ground. So we'll start with stretching. And I actually should have gotten rid of my pillows. But I'm going to leave them. So, I would just start laying flat, arms out, legs out. Taking some deep breaths. Welcome the day. Letting go of yesterday. Feeling confident. And then I'd probably start just with a big hug of both knees, pulling them into the body. You can also grab underneath the thighs, pull in this way. If that's too much, you can do one leg at a time. So let's do that. I'll keep my left knee bent, pulling in my right knee, grabbing underneath that thigh, pulling the knee towards the chest. The foot stays somewhat active. And then you would just switch sides. So let the right down, pull the left in, hold it there for the stretch. And switching one at a time, holding, and switching. You can do that as many times as it feels good. Holding longer, maybe. I'm going to take 2 more, one each leg. And then last time, left. And then I'm going to keep my left leg in. I'm going to let my right leg fall. And I'm going to grab now closer to the shin. Pulling in. Again, you can still hold here underneath the thigh. Or collapsing the legs together. Pulling that leg in. And I'm going to bring my foot to the inside of my knee. And let my left knee fall to the outside, staying bent. Checking in with my hips. Making sure they're pointing towards the ceiling. Imagining that my legs can go flat on the bed. As the left knee bends open, I use my left hand, giving a little extra push. Right leg stays out straight. And just breathing into the inner thigh and pelvic area. Again, you'll hold these stretches as long as it feels good. You can use your breath, or you can count. Count to 5, change the stretch. And then from here, I'm going to bring my right leg up and cross my left ankle over my right leg. Continuing to work on that hip, using my left hand, maybe pushing to open that hip a little more. Breathing into the resistance. And holding that stretch again, however long it feels right. If there's a lot of tension, that might suggest that you need to hold it longer. From here, I'll keep my ankle crossed over my knee and let both knees fall to the left. Holding there. My left ankle and foot are pressing down my right knee. Your legs may not go flat, you may stay here. But as far as you can fall to the bed, letting go of resistance. And then coming back up to center, still crossed at the ankle and knee. Now letting both knees fall to the right. The bottom right knee falls down, left knee stays up. So I might use my right hand then and push to open that hip a little more. And hold there. This is great if you have low back pain in the morning from the night. And then come back up. Now you can end it there, or if you want to take it to another stretch in this position, staying crossed, I would lift my right leg up and interlace my hands under the thigh and pull. Right leg's up, left knee's bent, crossed ankle to knee, pulling a big stretch through your glute and your hamstrings, feeling it predominantly on the left side where the leg is bent, in that hip area. And then coming back down, separate the feet, create space between the feet and the knees to allow the knees to fall side to side. Windshield wipe, right and left, nice and easy. This is a favorite. Keeping the back connected to the bed. Keeping connected with your breath. Again, doing as many as it feels right for you. And then we'll pause, and we're going to take it to the other side. So I'll let my left leg fall down straight. My right knee bent. I'll let it open up for a figure 4. My right foot is on the inside of my left thigh. My right hand will give a little assistance to open that right knee. Feeling the stretch in the right hip and pelvis area, all the way through the low back. And just holding that again before going into the next phase. Left leg up, right ankle to cross the left knee. Right knee stays open, right hand to push. That's an option. It might be enough just to hold it here. Otherwise, increasing the stretch, pushing against the resistance. Then we'll let the knees fall side to side as we did on the other leg. So keeping the ankle crossed at the knee, letting both knees fall to the right foot pushing down the left knee. The right knee also falling to the bed, holding it here. Back up to center. Knee stays open and falling down to the left. Left knee reaches all the way down to the bed. Right foot. Right knee stays up and open. So I'll use my left hand to push and create a greater stretch, and hold. And as with the left side, you can come back up and uncross it and take some of those windshield wipers, or keep it crossed for the next stretch, in which we lift the left leg up, interlace behind the thigh, and pull. Keeping that ankle crossed, that right knee is still bent, left leg is up and active, getting a big stretch in the right side, in your butt and your back, your hip, your pelvis, your inner thigh, your outer thigh. And again, hold that as long as it feels right for you. And once you're done, bring it down, separate, and windshield wipe side to side. Let those knees fall nice and easy. I'm going to give my legs a break, move on to my arms. So I'm actually going to move down the bed. So you'll want to have some space for your arms. Starting with the arms flat on the side, nice and long. Rotate as you lift up, reaching as far back as you can. And then back. Overhead and back. Going nice and slow. Scooch down a little more. You can use your breath for your speed. Inhale, arms back. Exhale, bring the arms forward. Inhale back. And exhale, forward. continue. And down, exhale. I'll do one more. You can do a few more if that feels right. And return, exhale. If you want to continue with the arms, you can do some snow angels. So drawing big circles on the bed, hands touch at the top, back down to the sides. Circle sweep up to touch, and back down to the sides. Now warm up your rotator cuffs between those two movements, circling around and lifting up. I'll do two more of these, then go back to my legs and back. And I'll rest the arms. Good. I'm going to bring the flat of my feet together. Let the knees open for a butterfly. Laying flat on the bed, checking in with the hips. I'll use my hands to push a little more to open those thighs and pelvis. Maybe you don't need the hands and your knees may only open to here. It depends how tight you are, how flexible you are. Whatever it is, just closing your eyes. Identify the tension. Breathe into it. Thinking about if the tension that you feel is being held by you. You're tensing unintentionally. You're holding or flexing or gripping. And just let it all go. Breathe into the pelvis and inner thighs. And good, bring them back up. So at this point, that's a pretty good stretch to go through in the morning when you're still in bed. If you want to continue by maybe exercising a little bit, there's some more movements we can do. So I'll start with them now. Feet flat, knees bent. I'll start by taking a few bridges. Lift the butt, squeeze the glutes. Hips up high and slowly back down to rest. You can inhale as you rise. Exhale as you fall. And just continue to use your breath as you lift. Squeeze, get a good stretch in the low back. And drop back down to the bed. Up again, squeeze. And down. Anywhere from 5 to 10 on the bridges. I'm going to do one more for sake of example. And down. Good. Okay, so my right leg's going to stay straight or bent. My left leg's going to go straight. The first move I'm going to do, and you can stay laying flat, but I'm going to sit myself up. We'll do a single leg lift, left side up and down. We'll do 5 of those. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you'll switch sides. Left knee bends, right leg out. Again, laying flat would look like this. Up and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bend the knee again. Left leg goes back out. Now instead of a lift, we're going to do a pull and push. 5 of those. 1, 2, 3. They're not fast. 4, and 5. Switching sides, right leg out. Pulling in and pushing out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll switch sides for a different move. Left leg down. This time we're going to open and close. Open out to the side and back to center. That's 2. We'll do 5 of these. 3, working against the resistance you may feel. 4, and 5. Switching. Right side now opens out and close. Just like a door. Open and close. Try to keep the leg connected to the bed as opposed to lifting up and out. So you're just drawing with your heel along the bed as you open and close. Do 5 on that side, so I have 2 more. Last one. And then either bringing both knees in for a hug or taking a windshield wiper series, letting the knees fall, opening the hips. From here, I'm going to go into clams. So I'll bring my feet together, letting the knees open and close. Doing 5 of those. That's 2. 3. 4. And 5. Okay, from here, I'm going to go and do another series of bridges for 5. So lifting up, strong stretch, and down to rest. That's 1. 2, pulling the feet in as close to the body as you can. 3. 4. 1 more. 5, and done. Good. We're going to work on our shins and ankles. So I'm going to lift both feet up to flex off the bed. Heel is down, and then touching. Up, flex, feeling it in your shin, and down to touch. Continuing for 10, 9, 8, 7. This is great for getting blood to flow to your ankles. 6, 5, 4, big flex. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Rock the knees side to side, or holding them in for a hug. Taking a slight intermission, and then we'll go through a different series, similar in structure. So, knees are bent, feet are flat on the bed. First move is just a march. Pull the knee in, lift the foot off the bed. We would do 10 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Resting as long as you need. Then instead of a lift, we'll do a drop. So the knees are up, feet are up, heel tap. 1, 2, 3, hold tight in the core. 4, try not to round the low back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. If 10 feels like it's too easy, you can do anything up to 20 reps, I think would be appropriate. Next up, we're going to do a flex. So extend the leg out, right side to a straight leg, back down, left side, straight leg and down. Do 10 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Flex the quad. 8, 9, 10. Bring the knees into stretch or windshield wipe side to side. If you hold the knees and you want to roll, again, you can hold behind the thigh, pull in. Windshield wiping if that feels good. Then bringing the feet back together for our clams. Feet together, flat foot, knees open, and close. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to stop at 5 and 5. Good. So what you could do is go through that twice. So from the point where the stretch ended when we did bridges, that was exercise number 1. So you could start with 5 bridges, then do your clams for 5. Then you would do your single leg lift, left for 5, right for 5. Then you have your single leg push pull in and out for 5, and switch for 5. And then you have your open and close, left for 5 and right for 5. You would then take 5 more bridges and 5 more clams. Up next, you have your march for 10, going straight into your heel tap for 10, going straight into your alternating extension for 10. Going back to your clams for 5. Then in your second round, you can increase the number of reps you do. So for instance, we started with 5s and 10s. Now we could do 10 bridges, up and down, 10 clams. You could do 10 leg lifts, left, 10 right, the push-pull, 10 left, 10 right, and the open-close, 10 left, and 10 right. So again, we started, and when I did my demonstration, we only did 5s. You can do 5 the first round, 10 the second round, or maybe you do 10 both rounds. Then I would take more bridges, another 10, and another 10 clams. At any point, I would windshield wipe my knees for rest or hold in for a stretch for rest. Then maybe doing, instead of 10, doing 15 to 20 marches, 15 to 20 heel taps, and 15 to 20 extensions. Adding another 10 to 15 of the clams, and maybe bridges. And that should help not only wake you up and motivate you for the day, but it should help with any residual pain or tension from the day before or a hopeful long night's sleep. Doesn't seem to be the popular thing. Sleep can be tough. So waking up, feeling motivated and strong is definitely a good way to start, regardless of how your night went.